Chosen one. Stop everything. Read this carefully, because what is happening around you right now is not ordinary. Someone in power has their eyes on you, not by accident, not by coincidence, by divine arrangement. God positioned you in front of someone who has the authority, the resources, the influence to change everything for you. And this window is open right now. But windows don't stay open forever. Who has been watching? This person is not random. They have been observing you quietly from a distance, watching how you carry yourself, watching how you handle pressure, watching how you show up even when no one is applauding, even when recognition is nowhere in sight, even when the work is hard and the reward feels invisible. They noticed what others overlooked. They saw what others dismissed. They recognized something in you that you may not have fully recognized in yourself yet. Your consistency, your character, your capacity, your quiet excellence. And it caught their attention in a way that is about to change your life. Why you specifically? Because you didn't chase attention. You chased excellence. You didn't perform for the crowd. You worked when the crowd wasn't watching. You didn't position yourself to be seen. You positioned yourself to be ready. And readiness always attracts the right eyes. People in power are not impressed by noise. They are impressed by substance, by consistency, by someone who shows up the same way, whether the room is full or empty, whether people are watching or not, whether recognition is coming or not. That is who you are, and that is exactly who they were looking for.
What this opportunity carries. This is not a small moment. Do not treat it like a small moment. What is being placed in front of you has the potential to shift everything. Your finances, your platform, your influence, your reach, your purpose. This person carries doors that most people spend their entire lives trying to access. Doors that cannot be knocked open with effort alone. Doors that only open through divine connection, through being in the right place, at the right time, with the right preparation. And God made sure that you are all three. Right place, right time, right preparation. This is not luck. This is alignment. Years of faithfulness, years of quiet work, years of choosing character over comfort, all converging into this single moment. What the enemy is doing right now, because this opportunity is real, the opposition is real. The enemy knows what this connection means for your life. He knows what doors it opens. He knows what it unlocks. He knows what becomes possible the moment this person steps fully into your story. So he is working overtime to distract you, to make you feel unworthy of it, to plant seeds of doubt, telling you you are not ready, you are not qualified, you are not enough, that this is too good to be true, that people like you don't get opportunities like this. He is sending distractions, chaos designed to pull your focus, insecurities designed to make you shrink, fear designed to make you hesitate at the exact moment you need to step forward. Do not let him win. Do not shrink at this moment. Do not let doubt steal what God prepared. What you must do right now, show up fully, not halfway, not with 1 foot in and 1 foot out, fully, with everything you have, with everything you are. This is not the moment to be small. This is the moment to be exactly who God made you to be, without apology, without hesitation, without holding back. Walk in confidence, not arrogance, confidence. The confidence that comes from knowing God placed you here. God prepared you for this. God made you ready. You belong in this room. You belong at this table. You belong in front of this person. Walk like you know that. Stay alert. This opportunity may not announce itself loudly. It may come as a casual conversation, a simple introduction, an unexpected meeting, a door that opens quietly. Pay attention. Stay present. Don't be so distracted by what you're going through that you miss what God is bringing you to. Be authentic. Don't perform. Don't pretend. Don't try to be who you think they want to see. Be exactly who you are. Because who you are is exactly who attracted their attention in the first place. Your authenticity is your greatest asset right now. Protect it. Move quickly. This window is open, but seasons change. Opportunities have expiration dates. This is not the moment to overthink, to overanalyze, to wait until everything feels perfect. Move with faith, with boldness, with the confidence of someone who knows God does not open windows without equipping you to walk through them.
What God is saying to you right now. I placed them in your path on purpose. I prepared you for this moment. I have been building you for this season. Everything you went through, every lesson, every closed door, every season of waiting was training for this. Do not shrink now. Do not doubt now. Do not hesitate now. Walk forward. I am with you. I have already gone before you. The connection is divine. The timing is perfect. And you are ready. Even if you don't feel ready, you are. Now move. What happens after you walk through this door? Everything shifts. The season of struggle gives way to a season of overflow. The season of being overlooked gives way to a season of being celebrated. The season of working in obscurity gives way to a season of visible impact. People who ignored you will notice you. Doors that were closed will swing open. Resources that were unavailable will become accessible. Connections that seemed impossible will become inevitable. Because one divine connection has the power to rewrite everything. One person in power, seeing what God placed in you, can compress years of striving into a single moment of breakthrough. That is what is in front of you. That is what God arranged. That is what is waiting on the other side of your yes.
What happens after you walk through this door? Everything shifts. The season of struggle gives way to a season of overflow. The season of being overlooked gives way to a season of being celebrated. The season of working in obscurity gives way to a season of visible impact. People who ignored you will notice you. Doors that were closed will swing open. Resources that were unavailable will become accessible. Connections that seemed impossible will become inevitable. Because one divine connection has the power to rewrite everything. One person in power, seeing what God placed in you, can compress years of striving into a single moment of breakthrough. That is what is in front of you. That is what God arranged. That is what is waiting on the other side of your yes. But let me show you what that shift looks like in detail. Your name starts being mentioned in rooms you never entered. People start calling you that you never reached out to. Invitations start arriving that you never applied for. Tables start opening up that were previously closed. And it all traces back to this one connection. This one divine appointment, this one moment where God said, "Now, this is the one, pay attention."
because that is how God works. He doesn't always send a flood of opportunity. Sometimes He sends one door, one person, one moment, and that one thing changes the entire trajectory of your career, of your finances, of your purpose, of your legacy. This is that moment for you. What people around you will witness. The ones who watched you struggle silently will watch you rise publicly. The ones who whispered about your stagnation will have nothing to say about your elevation. The ones who counted you out will be counted among the witnesses of what God does when He connects the right people. They won't be able to explain it. They won't have a formula for it. They won't be able to replicate it because it wasn't built on strategy alone. It was built on divine timing, on faithfulness in hidden seasons, on a God who never forgot what He promised you. And the promotion that comes from this connection will carry a signature that only God can write. Favor that doesn't make sense, acceleration that defies logic, breakthrough that silences every doubt. Every person who said you'd never make it will watch this moment prove them wrong. Not because you sought revenge, because you stayed faithful, and God honored that faithfulness in front of everyone who doubted it. What this connection will unlock in you, not just opportunities outside of you, but something inside of you, a confidence you've been afraid to fully walk in, a boldness you've been quietly suppressing, a version of yourself you've only seen in glimpses, in your most private moments of prayer, in your most honest moments of dreaming. That version of you is about to become your everyday reality. Because sometimes we need someone in power to see us before we fully see ourselves. Sometimes we need an outside confirmation to validate what God has been saying internally for years. This person is that confirmation. Their eyes on you is God's way of saying, "I told you so. I told you that you were ready. I told you that you were qualified. I told you that your season was coming. Now, do you believe me?" Believe Him. Step into this fully, without one foot still in the old season, without one eye still on the rearview mirror, fully forward, fully present, fully ready.
What this season has been preparing you for. You thought the waiting was punishment. You thought the silence was abandonment. You thought the closed doors were rejection. But every single one of those moments was preparation, specific, intentional, targeted preparation for this exact connection, for this exact person, for this exact opportunity. God was not wasting your time. He was building your testimony. He was developing your character. He was deepening your roots so that when the wind of this opportunity came, you wouldn't be blown over by it. You would stand firm in it, grow through it, thrive because of it. Every skill you developed in the waiting is exactly what this person needs to see. Every lesson you learned in the pain is exactly what qualifies you for what they are offering. Every moment you chose integrity when no one was watching is exactly what caught their attention. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one sleepless night, not one moment of feeling invisible. All of it was building the version of you that someone in power couldn't ignore. What God protected you from to get you here. There were other connections, other opportunities, other doors that looked promising that you tried to walk through, and God closed them. Sometimes gently, sometimes painfully, sometimes in ways that left you confused and heartbroken. But He closed them on purpose. Because those connections were not this connection. Those opportunities were not this opportunity. Those doors led to rooms that were too small for your assignment, to people who would have used your gift without honoring it, to seasons that would have consumed your energy without advancing your purpose. God was protecting your divine appointment by closing every door that was not it. Every relationship that ended, every partnership that fell through, every opportunity that disappeared at the last minute was God saying, "Not that one. I have something better. I have someone specific.
Wait for what I am sending. And now what he was sending has arrived. And everything he protected you from makes complete sense now, because none of those doors could have given you this.
The weight of what is being handed to you. Don't take this lightly. What God is placing in your hands right now carries weight, responsibility, stewardship. This is not just about your blessing, it is about your assignment. The people connected to your purpose are waiting on the other side of this door. The lives you are meant to impact are depending on you walking through it. The generational legacy you are supposed to leave begins with what you do with this moment. So yes, this is for you. Your breakthrough, your elevation, your overflow. But it is also bigger than you. It always was. God chose you not just to be blessed, but to be a blessing. Not just to be elevated, but to elevate others. Not just to receive favor, but to carry favor into spaces where people who look like you have never been welcomed before. That is the true weight of this moment. That is why God prepared you so carefully. That is why He protected this appointment so fiercely. Because what happens next goes far beyond you. A word for the ones who almost gave up. You were this close to walking away, from the dream, from the faith, from the belief that something good was still coming. You had the conversation in your head, the one where you tell yourself, maybe this is just not for me. Maybe I was wrong about my purpose. Maybe God forgot. Maybe I am not as chosen as I thought. You had that conversation more than once, more than twice, and still, something kept you here. Some small voice, some quiet pull, some stubborn hope that refused to fully die. That was God, holding you in place, protecting you from quitting too soon, because He knew what was coming. He knew this moment was close. He knew this door was about to open, and He needed you to still be standing when it did. And you are. You are still here, still standing, still believing, even if barely, even if just by a thread. You made it to the moment. And that stubborn hope that kept you here is about to be rewarded in ways that will make every moment of doubt feel like ancient history. Final word. Someone in power has their eyes on you, not because you forced it, not because you manipulated it, because God orchestrated it, because your faithfulness earned it, because your character attracted it, because your season of preparation is finally meeting your moment of opportunity. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. And divine appointments do not come twice, not like this, not with this kind of weight, not with this kind of potential. So don't miss it. Don't shrink from it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Step forward with faith, with boldness, with the full knowledge that God placed you here for exactly this moment. And what He started in you, this person was always meant to help complete. Walk through the door, chosen one. Everything you have been waiting for is on the other side. In the comments, write, "I will not miss my moment," or the number 444, or "God placed me in front of the right person." Subscribe and stay close. Chosen one, someone in power has their eyes on you, and God has His hands on the door. All you have to do is walk through. Amen.